Thanksgiving, everybody. We've got a special show for you today. We're going to be using our indoor Butterball electric turkey fryer. It is going to be excellent. So today is the night before Thanksgiving. We're going to prep the bird. We're about to get it out of the fridge. I'm going to show you what I do, and then we're going to talk about a little bit what we're going to do the day of and some prep time you're going to need. Be right back, y'all. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Check it out. I like to personally buy my turkeys at least a week in advance. That way, I can get it home, I put it in a pan, put it in the fridge for at least 4 or 5 days to thaw out. That way, you don't have to mess around with the day of. You're trying to cook your turkey, you take it out of the fridge, and oh crap, insides are frozen. Worst case, y'all, you can always put it in the sink, fill it up with cold water, not hot, because you don't want that bird to start cooking. Put it in the cold water, and it'll thaw out pretty quick. But at least this way, you don't have to worry about that. So, had mine in the fridge 4 or 5 days now. We're gonna go over here, we're gonna take it out, put it on the table, and get it all prepped for the next day. All right. Okay, now we're gonna get into this a little bit more later on in the show, but this is a 14-pound turkey. And this particular Butterball fryer holds up to 14 pounds. You can get larger sizes and do more, but mine, just 14 pounds, I find that is all I need for what I cook for. So, we're gonna start by cutting all this off here. Like I said, it's been in the fridge for about 4 to 5 days. Now I'm gonna put this in the pan. We're gonna cut this, let all those juices flow out. I'm gonna pat this dry with a paper towel, then we can go from there. All right, y'all, when you get your turkey out of the fridge, make sure, if you don't already, get you a pan that got some pretty good depth on it, because you're gonna have some blood in there, you're gonna have water where the turkey's thawed out at. You don't want that leaking all over the place, right? So, put you in a pan. Once you get it in there, get it all unwrapped, and then zoom in for this part here, because this is the fun part. We get to go diving in here for the neck and the giblets, all that good stuff. Warning, for the faint of heart, please fast forward through this part. This might hurt a little bit. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna untuck these legs here. We're gonna spread these open here so we can get our hands up in there. First thing we're gonna do is look for this neck, this turkey neck. Now, in the past, I do like me some neck. However, not today. Not today, we don't have time to mess with that. So, I'm gonna find it. This neck right there, y'all. We're gonna toss that to the side for the time being. Now we're gonna look up here for this giblet bag. And sometimes it can hide. It can hide way up in there. So you gotta get your hands up in there good. Ah! Not hiding from me today. There it is. I got you. Now you might have grandma's favorite recipe hidden somewhere that you're gonna mix all this stuff in. I don't mess with that. So, we got everything out of there that we need. I'm gonna lift this up. Try to let all this water and everything, look at that, come out of there. We're gonna let that drip out good. I'm gonna transfer this over to our platter here. I'm gonna pat everything dry. Try to get this thing as dry as we can before we start to season. So check back with me here in just a bit. We'll go from there. Y'all, we are now gonna take some paper towels. We're just gonna pat this dry. We don't want any excess moisture inside of the turkey or out. So we're just gonna get in there. You start with the top here. Just get all that moisture out. Get on the inside of the wings here. Because when we put in that oil, we don't want any water going in there. So we want to get this as dry as possible. Might have to get inside. We have to use multiple paper towels. Just depends. No turkey's the same, you know. We'll pat dry that. And get up inside there, yeah. Try to get all that out we can. Then we're going to transfer it back to our pan. Then we're going to put us a binder on there. And we're going to put some seasoning on it. Catch up with y'all in a bit. All right, y'all, next step, we gotta get a binder. Now, this can be one of several different things here. I've used butter and just smother the outside of this thing with butter. You can use mustard, you can use olive oil, because basically all this is It's a coating that's gonna go on the outside, and it's really gonna make our seasoning stick to it. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of olive oil, and I'm just gonna pour some on the top here, some on the legs, on the wings. Go. We're gonna rub that in all over. Inside and out. So get them legs up in there, get underneath there. Oh yeah. All right. So we got that rubbed in. I'm just gonna dry my hands off temporarily here now. Seasonings. Next step. Tons of stuff out there. You got poultry seasonings. I'm gonna use buck seasoning. And you can use that for pretty much any kind of meat you got. So I'm just gonna sprinkle, I'm gonna put this on pretty good. Get on this side here so y'all can see it. But I'm gonna put this on pretty good. I'm not gonna zoom in here just so you can see exactly how much that was about empty. We're gonna get a brand new one there. So we're gonna pour this on there. Then afterwards I'm gonna pat it real good. I'm gonna get it inside, everywhere. Pat it on there. Get this on the side of the wings. There we go. So as you can see, we ain't messing around, y'all. So I'll go in here. I'm just gonna pat this on there, make sure it's all sticking. Make sure it's all good there. And we are just gonna leave this bird just like this in the fridge overnight. All right, y'all, while we're letting our turkey sit overnight in the fridge, I wanna take this time just to show y'all this excellent piece of equipment here that I think pretty much everybody should probably invest in sooner than later. This is a Butterball indoor electric turkey fryer. Now, I've never actually used it indoors. I've always used it in the garage or on the back porch, anything like that. The reason why I like it is because it only takes about 3 minutes per pound to cook. Now, you're gonna need at least, depending on the size, at least 30 to 45 minutes prior to that. I got some peanut oil. We're gonna put it in there. You're gonna need about 3 gallons to be safe. Depending on the size birds you got, may not need all that. May not want to fill it all the way up to that fill line, but that's going to take at least 30, if not 45 minutes to heat up the oil. Then you're going to have 3 minutes per pound to cook. So I want to show y'all exactly what this is like here. This is basically like deep fryer on steroids, more or less. So on the outside here, you got your thermostat. Whenever you get your oil in there tomorrow, you're going to turn this all the way up. It goes up to 375 degrees. You're going to turn that. This light's going to turn green whenever it's time to go. And on the inside here, let me show you this right here. You got your basket. Whoops, daisy. Got your handle here. This is real easy. When you got your, we got your turkey down in there. You just lift this up. Bring that right out of there. Like that. Here's your cord here. That just goes right there like this. Plug this end up to your extension cord. And I'll show you this right quick. When you take this basket out, you got this heater in your thermostat. So you're probably wondering how you got a bucket in here. You're gonna have 3 gallons of oil in there. Now, if you don't have peanut oil or you got allergies, use canola oil, vegetable oil, something. But at the end of the day, when everything's cooled down, you got a spigot. And so that's exactly what this is. You got a lid right here, and you just simply unscrew that. Screw that lid, just screw your spigot on there. Just hang it over to the edge of the table, get you a funnel, put that right back into the container where it comes from. So y'all, cleanup is minimal. You just empty out. You're gonna need some paper towels. Just kind of wipe up all the excess oil that's on the inside there. But y'all, I'm telling you, with the amount of time you do this, don't have to worry about sitting in the oven all day, waiting on that. Next one I buy is gonna be just a bigger one. So, check it out tomorrow. We're gonna come back. We're gonna give us probably about, we're gonna eat at 4. I got a 14-pound bird. I'm gonna give it about 45 minutes. And then about 30, 45 minutes for the oil to heat up. So about an hour and a half, 2 hours before you plan on eating. We can go from there. All right, y'all, so the next day, we've got about 2 hours till it's eating time. So we gotta do some prep work first. Before we do anything, we gotta add our peanut oil into the turkey fryer. It's gonna take about 30, 45 minutes to that heat up. And we'll go from there. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead, take my turkey out of the fridge. We're gonna let it set out so it's at room temperature. By the time the oil heats up, I'm ready to go. All right, y'all, we're about to add our peanut oil in here. Now, word of caution, inside of this turkey fryer, it's gonna have a fill line, but depends on what size turkey you got. This particular Butterball turkey fryer does up to a 14-pound turkey. So if you're gonna do that much, you may not wanna put that much oil in there because you definitely don't want it overflowing at all. If you're doing less, then yeah, you may want to, but this is something you kind of learn with experience. So, come right here, I'm gonna show you. So everyone here, I don't know how good you can see it, but right here, it says a max fill line right there. I'm gonna fill it up probably about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch below that and see how that does. All right, y'all, so this is peanut oil. I understand some people may have allergies, so you can use peanut oil, canola oil, vegetable oil. There's several different types. But pour this in there slowly. And like I said before, it's gonna take a little bit to fill it up, but I'm gonna put maybe about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch below the fill line because I am using the max turkey of 14 pounds in this particular fryer. And we're gonna heat that up and go from there. All right, y'all, we got our peanut oil in the Butterball turkey fryer. We're gonna close the lid. And that's another good thing about this is because if it does overflow for whatever reason, we got a lid on it. So it's not gonna leak down the sides of it, cause a fire like you would with your traditional turkey fryer outside. The next thing we're gonna do, I got us plugged up here. We're going to attach this. Oh, there we go. Now I want you to zoom in right here. I'm gonna show you something right quick. So this is the good thing about this. You see, I just turned it on, so both of these lights come on. The red is our power, and the green is gonna tell you when you're up. So we're gonna turn this all the way up to 375. So you know when the oil gets to that point, the green light means go. So that's when we're gonna put the turkey in, go from there. All right, y'all, we got our oil heated up. Now the next step, we're gonna take our turkey. It's been sitting out for about 1/2 an hour or so it should be close, if not at room temperature. We're gonna take that out. We're gonna put it inside this basket. So zoom in here. First thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna take our turkey legs, I'm gonna stuff them down in this pocket here. Here we go, I'm gonna take it up out of here. And we're gonna stuff it best we can down in there. And it's okay if it's a tight fit, that's not a problem at all. All right, so we got turkey down in there. Next step, we're gonna take our handle, we're gonna hook this part up, and we're gonna slowly lower it down in the oil because that's hot and it is gonna splatter. Here we go. Zoom in here, I want you to see this. Oops. Here we go, y'all ready? All right, so that's in there. We're gonna close this lid. We're gonna let that cook for about 3 minutes per pound. So in about 45 minutes, we're gonna check it. Ideally, we want it to be at about 160 internal temp. We're gonna take that out and let it rest for about 30 minutes before we carve her up. Check you out in a bit. All right, everybody, we've been going about 45 minutes and we're gonna open up this bad boy, see what we're looking like. Oh, snap. Y'all, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take my handle here. And the neat thing about this, I got this hook right here for your basket. Just let that sit right there. I'm gonna put my handle like this. Just to be sure, we're gonna put our thermometer in there. We're gonna watch this bad boy climb up right here. Now, like I said, we want to make sure it's about 160. I stuck it into the thickest part of the breast there. It's gonna slowly climb up there. Like I said, once it gets about 160, we know we're good. I'm gonna let it rest. So I'm gonna let that sit about 2-3 more minutes. We should be right there. All right, y'all, waited a few more minutes, and we are at now a 160 internal temp. I'm gonna let this hang out right here for about 20-30 minutes. Gonna let that rest, and in the meantime, all that's gonna drip dry. I'm gonna unplug our fryer, and at the end of that, we're gonna carve her up. Check it out. All right, y'all, we've let our turkey rest about 20-30 minutes. Now, here's a little bit tricky part. You got stuff here in this basket, so I find the easiest thing to do, take it out of our basket. I'm just gonna dump it upside down in here. Then I can take the basket off, then turn the turkey up, then we can get it carved. So check this out here. I'm gonna take my handle there. I'm gonna come over here. Should be mostly all done dripping from here. Get my oven mitt here, I'm quickly gonna dump it over, just like that. With my handle, and with my hand on the other side, I'm gonna take that basket off there. Sweet. And put this back up. There we go. So that's done. Now we're gonna get this bird turned over so we can get her carved here. Go. Just like that, y'all. Okay. So we got that done. Now, tomato. Everybody's different how you cut your turkey. What I'm gonna try to do is cut off one big slice of the breast here, get it on our platter, and then from there chop it up into smaller pieces. Then we'll go to our other breast, legs, and go from there. I've got an electric knife here. So, has cooled down a little bit, but we're gonna do our best just to hold this with a hand. You can get a fork, whatever utensil you need, just to hold that in place. So here we go. So it should cut pretty easy. So I got that there. I'm gonna come down this side here. Because one thing y'all don't want to do, ruin your presentation. Got to keep that presentation, keep that skin on there. Look at that right there. There we go. There we go. So I'm going to transfer that right over here. And then I'm just going to cut this up into smaller pieces. We can get it all served up. There we have it, y'all. We got one big breast cut up into pieces. Perfect, ready to serve. Y'all, again, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you for watching another episode of the Nick Gates Show. I'm your host, Nick Gates. Catch y'all next time.